Okay, guys, look at these. Oh my God. Look at this. Okay, guys. Hello, hello, hello. I'm Kat. These are CatsClaws. Welcome to another video. Can I fucking stay on the right spot? Okay, so just a heads up. These are my nails right now. Oh, first, Happy New Year. Happy Gregorian New Year. Right? I hope everybody had a great holiday. So it's only the first New Year. It's only the New Year that starts on January 1st. There's still Christmas for like a bunch of people. I have a lot of friends who are, not a lot, but I have some friends who are Orthodox Christian. So their Christmas is actually January 8th. So we're still sort of in that like holiday season. And what was the other thing that I just learned over the holidays? That the 12, look at the fucking, okay, I'll deal with that after. The 12 days of Christmas, which is funny because I always wondered, why is it only 12 days when the 1st of December to the 21st to the 25th is 25 days? It's because the 12 days of Christmas starts on December 21st. So we're actually still in that like little time period, and it goes till I guess, I'm not sure if that's the 5th or the 8th, but I know that Orthodox Christmas is the 8th, and that's like, if you know the story, that's the day that the wise men show up to the stable or whatever with the gifts of frankincense, myrrh, and they say gold, but I'm convinced it's actually golden seal. I don't know if you've ever heard of golden seal. Golden seal, I used to have some of this stuff. It's a very thick, it's almost like honey, but it's an oil. And they used to put it on babies to protect them in ancient times. And I think some cultures still do it, I believe. So yeah, the belief is that my theory is that it's actually golden seal and not gold, because he was in a stable. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to bring gold. And they weren't kings, they were wise men, which is totally different. It's a totally different thing. Anyways, look up golden seal. It's really cool. In fact, I'll tell you another story quickly before I bitch about the lighting over here. Another story is that I knew somebody from martial arts that had a friend that they trained with who used to have a pet tiger. They owned a pet tiger, and one day when he stuck his finger, probably like this, or I don't know, like this maybe, through the cage, the tiger nipped the tip of his finger and actually bit the tip of his finger off. And he used golden seal and something called calendula. Every single day, he would clean his finger, he would dip it in it, wrap it in the gold seal, and he grew the tip of his finger back. So there's something with golden seal and calendula, obviously, but golden seal is there's something in there that's protective. So anyway, look it up. It's cool. And yeah, I always thought you could grow limbs back if they would just leave them alone or treat them properly. Anyways, that's just my musings of the beginning of this video. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to do this. I'm doing my nails. Remember this one? Hold on. That one. So what it is it's a sweater nail. Oopsie. And it's a purple cat eye. Fuck, you see what I mean? Really sorry about the line. It's a purple cat eye. So I'm going to use a Born Pretty purple cat eye. I'm going to matte them, which means we're going to use the Madame Glam Velvet Matte Top Coat. And I'm going to use my super strong magnet because I want it to actually still look like a cat eye. Like this is still cat eyeing over here and it's fucking matted, which is really hard to do. So that's cool. It's all about the magnet. Magnets, super strong magnet. This one. It's my super strong magnet. Okay, so I use that. And then what I think I'll do is I'll do a little bit of this, but I'm not going to do it as intricate. So I'll probably just do, just because of this hand. So we'll see if I'm going to do like polka dots or just, I might do like this hand with some more designs and this one just a little more, just a little easier, you know? Yeah. Okay. So that's what we're doing today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with removal. So I'm going to remove all these. We're going to pull these gems off. I still need my little clippers. I got to get those. And I'm going to take down the bulk. And then I'll do a little build. So I'm not going to show you the removal. What I'll do is I will show you a little bit of the build. That's it. And I'm going to cut them really, really short. I want them down. I want them down. Short and pointy. Okay? That's it. So let's get started. Where the fuck did that go? Okay, here they are. Shorties. I cut them down really short. I cut them down so short that they're right at where my eponychium, am I saying that right? Those little nerves under your nails, mine actually go past my finger. So like I cut them down right to that. Anyways, okay, so my hands are super dry because I've just sprayed everything with alcohol. And it's winter, so they're going to be even more dry than normal. So I'm just cleaning them off. Just getting any leftover dust kind of off the nail plate. And what I'm going to do, I'm also cutting my cuticles still. I'm just not as good with my left hand, so I almost made myself bleed. Okay, so that's that. So we're going to do our usual KIRSTY MEAKIN, my favorite primer. So I'm going to start with that, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the usual. Everything's moved around in here because I moved my desk. Hold on. Okay. We're going to use, a one step for our base. And I think I might use this, the Cool Gel, just to do like the overlay. And because they're so short, right? So I think I'm going to do that because I'm going to cover them anyway. So one step. And the Cool Gel, the one step is the really flexible stuff that you can use as a base coat and you can build with and you can encapsulate with. And then the cool gel is a little bit thicker. So you see the way it moves. It's a little thicker. It's in like a light kind of pinkish color, and cool gel is actually, it's specifically made for heat spikes. So I'm not that picky about heat spikes. Like, you get a heat spike, which is just the chemical reaction of the gel hardening in the lamp, in the UVs or the LEDs. And it kind of it ends up like tightening kind of on your nail plate. So it feels like it's burning. It feels like somebody's burning your nail. I usually just pull my hand out and then wait like 3 seconds and then put it back in and it's fine. But some people really can't stand it when you're doing their nails. Like I guess everybody's pain tolerance threshold is different. So cool gel is specifically made to avoid heat spikes, right? And the thicker the gel that you put on, like the thicker the actual coat, the more heat spike you get, because there's more, obviously, there's more of a chemical reaction in there. So we're gonna use that to do our overlay. And we'll use the one step as our base, right? The name is rubbed off. So, but anyway, I'm gonna start with my KIRSTY MEAKIN. This thing. And then we'll get into the build. So I'll show you a little bit of that. But for this, I'm just covering the whole nail with this. And then we're going to do a base coat of the one step. And I'm going to cure the one step, and then we'll go in for our build, right? So for KIRSTY MEAKIN's primer, it just air dries. In fact, you know what I might do after this? Yeah, I think what I'll do is I will use TACK. So I'll do an extra layer of TACK, and then the TACK you got to cure for 2 to 3 minutes in your lamp. I do 3 minutes because my lamp is not as strong as like a light elegance lamp. And I just want to make sure that everything's properly cured. Do I have fur on there? Story of my life. Fur everywhere. Yeah, that should be good. Let's try this one. I think this is my older one, but let's try to use it. Okay, look at that. How fucking horrible that is. I'm gonna have to lather them in olive oil. I'm totally gonna do olive oil today. Just gonna fucking dump it on. Just rub it in. Pour it all over my fucking nails and my hands. Coconut oil works well too. Is there more fluff there? Fucking hell. Okay, so let's finish this. All right. And then we'll get into, I'll do my base coat off camera, cure that, and then we'll get into the cool gel for the overlay. I'll start with a slip layer with the cool gel, and then I'll do a little overlay build. And then we cure. Slip layer you don't cure, just FYI. Slip layer is just to position like where the gel, the rest of the gel is gonna go. You know what I mean? Guys, build is done. It's pretty good. I mean, I've got a little bit I have to file, obviously, but as far as like divots and stuff, I think maybe just a few. Just a little note. If you put this on too thick, whoops, it will heat spike. So it totally heat spiked on some of my fingers, some of my nails. You can feel it right away. So all I do is I pull my hand out. As soon as I feel it heating up, I'll pull my hand out. I turn it over. You probably saw it in some of the sped up part. I turn it over for about 3 seconds, and then I stick it back in. Bing, bing, you know. Back into the lamp. So cool gel. Heat spikes a little if you put it on too thick. And of course, depends how thick or thin your actual nail bed is, like your actual nail. Like my nails are very, very thin, which is why mine definitely heat spike. So it's not going to happen to everybody, and it is specifically made to avoid heat spikes, right? They actually look really nice like this. I could just leave them. They look really natural, right? They just look like my nails. But what I'm going to do is we're going to file this down. So normally I use this little bit here just to kind of make sure they're even, but they're so even. So this is why when you first take your nails off, you want to get them as perfect as possible, like as, that was my stomach in case you heard that. You want to make them as smooth right in the beginning as possible, so that when you're doing your overlay or your build, you have very little filing to do. Anyways, like I could technically leave these, but we want to make sure that they're nice and porous for... Am I putting a base coat on? I don't usually put a base coat on. And I don't know if I'm actually going to do that. So anyways, this is what I typically use, but I like to use this when there's a lot of bumpies, like when I can feel that there's a lot of divots and uneven spots, you know? And I don't feel that. Like I feel very, very, like maybe right there is one. Like I think there's like 2 that I feel right there. I can feel another. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a nail file and I'm just going to buff them like this, right? And I'm not going to do it on camera. I'm just going to do it off camera. And then what we're going to do is, so I'm going to put this back. We're going to do this thing. I'm going to do a variation of this. Shit. A variation of this nail right here. Okay? Okay. Filed, so they're not shiny. And ready to go. So, okay. So I'm going to do a coat of tack on all the nails. That's going to be my base. And then we're going to use this one. So this is the purple Cat Eye by Born Pretty. So obviously that's not cat-eyed at that point. So we're going to use that. And to make it do the cat eye thing, I'm going to use my fucking massive, super strong, heavy as fuck up your electronics magnet. Shit. Don't put this close to... Like, look at this. It's awesome. It's one of the best magnets. Okay. And that's how we're going to do our little thing. So cat eye is beautiful, shiny, but fucking matte. Holy fuck. I love it. Matted. Look at this. This one, I feel like, no, it's just the way the angle is. I feel like that hand, I did a better job, but it's just the angle, right? And here, like that's more of a traditional cat eye, but like, look at this fucking, okay, so, change my mind. I'm going to keep them like this for a bit. These are the final nails for now. So when I do my own nails, for anybody who does their own nails, it takes forever to do your own nails. So what I'm going to start doing is, I just came up with this as I was curing this hand. I'm going to do my own nails in like a 2-part, and because I always love like the original first sort of layer that I put on, and then I go and I decorate it, right? So the first layer, building, well, removal, building, painting, sort of setting that base takes forever as it is. And then of course, adding to it takes even longer. And sometimes when I add to it, I feel like I don't do as much as I want to because it's taken so fucking long. So I'm going to start doing them in 2 parts. So this is part 1. Part 1. Part 1. I'm going to leave them like this. So this is my velvet matte cat eye nails. They're fucking beautiful. Look at this. Look how fucking nice they are. I love them so much. So much, right? Okay. So part 1, complete. Let me know what you think of this. It's so gorgeous. And then part 2, which I'll do over the weekend, I'm going to add to them. And I think I am going to do the sweater now. So this is like beginning of the sweater now. But I think what I'm going to do first is I'm going to test them out. I'm going to test some different things out on like just little nail tips, and then we'll do them on my nails to finish this set off. So what I was thinking already was like, because this I can do on this hand, right? Like I can do it on this hand, but when I get to this hand, it's either going to take forever or it's going to be messy, right? Just because I'm not fully ambidextrous yet, I say. I am going to cap my edges a little more because I feel like they're not fully capped. But anyways, like right here, this one's bugging me. So I was thinking of doing like little hearts and then sweater nailing them. So hearts. And then I was also thinking of starbursts and then sweater nailing them with the clear acrylic. And maybe dropping like a gem, maybe like gem at the bottom of the heart, gem in the center. So I'm going to test those out on some nail tips for the next video. And then whichever ones I like best, I'll try like maybe a few different ideas. I'll put them on my nails. And we'll finish this set off in part 2. Okay? So part 1 is done. Let me know what you think of this in general. I fucking love this color, and I love this cat eye when it's matted. So again, just a reminder, Born Pretty, it's the purple cat eye. It's fucking gorgeous. I matted them with the Velvet Matte by Madame Glam. And of course, like for our beginning, for building and stuff like that, we used our KIRSTY MEAKIN, right? My favorite primer. I did use some TACK over that, which is really great as a base coat. And then for the build, I did the One Step as a base, and then I did the Cool Gel for my overlay on these. Okay. And then this next video, this coming weekend, I'll finish them for part 2. Okay. So that's the nails for now. Yeah, I just had like a eureka moment, right? Because then I like by the end of it, you're just, honestly, you're so fucking fed up and exhausted just from how long it takes that I just don't even want to fucking do anything on them, right? So I kind of feel like maybe I'm half-assing the design if I do it all in one shot versus doing it in a 2-part, and then I can make them look a lot nicer because I'm starting out from the beginning without all of the, like, the other stuff that has to go into doing your own nails, you know, from beginning to end, right? Okay. So yeah, so these are our first, so this is part 1 of our sweater type cozy nails, which we're going to need because the fucking cold weather is a-coming. It's here. Snowstorms and all. It always gets worse, right, after the holidays. Okay, so let me know what you think so far. If you have any ideas, let me know. Otherwise, I kind of have an idea what I'm thinking. We'll test them out, and then we'll do them on my nails for the next part, okay? So thank you, guys. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you so much for watching. Happy New Year to everyone. Happy Gregorian New Year to everyone. We're not quite at the next Lunar New Year. But yeah, I hope everybody had a great holiday, and welcome to 2026, right? Okay, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Give it to me like